There's emergency savings, pension, life insurance. You all see anything in there? Hold on.
Food planning.
So you got two. There's your mortgage and your rent. That empty. So everybody else, you hold on to the food. No, you hold the food. And you hold the gas. Okay. So, somebody please explain that to me. That you have all of these things to cover, but why only the food container food? Yeah, but you have to live too. And if you have children, they gotta eat, yeah, but you have other things to deal with. So, when we look at that, after you get paid again through the same cycle, you go through this to the third week is now getting close to the end of the month to pay rent and light bill. You go through the same cycle as week 1 to 3. You now have $266 left on your account. This now for the whole month. Plus the $289, which is $555. Your rent is $500 and the light bill is $100. You are short and have to leave money in the bank that you leave money in the bank. What do you do? Everybody says the same thing. After they spend all their money, you have to go borrow, but then you have to turn around when you get paid again. What you have to go pay her back? Oh, Ferry said, y'all heard what Ferry said? Ferry said, no, they just stuck here. Okay. Thank you all for demonstrating, for helping me with my demonstration. So come. Come, Ferry. Come, Felicia. That's your blessing. Yes. Take your blessing and run with it. So now I'm going to show you the right thing. If you look at your folder I gave you a breakdown to help you. Now, some people pay attention and some people don't. If you go to the page that has with the salary and the breakdown for 4 months, example of money management. That'll be the page you're looking for. How many of you looked over that? How many here this budget? Okay. The easiest way to do it that I find for people, even if even you work for yourself, you take your money, put it aside, don't just spend, right? I find it easy to have envelopes, right? And I would put on it light bill, water bill, or gas, and I take the money and I distribute it to the different envelopes, right? And so even if I don't pay the bill right up front, because I do a lot of bill paying through online bill pay, but for breaking it down, if you get paid every week, like I have it on the paper, which if you stick to this, it's easy. Because if you are spending grocery, let's say you get paid monthly, it's $200 for grocery, which we know we can't do that now. But you need to budget it now because the food store is higher, the cost is higher, eating out is higher. So you need to sit down and break it down. And so if it's $200 a month, it's $50 a week. That's just an example of how to break the money each week. So that's taking $200 and dividing it by 4. Now it's 5 weeks. You have to divide it by 5. So you would do that for every bill. And so you take the money and put it in the envelope. And you will do that every week if you're working every week. And so when you're ready to pay the bill, the money's there. You take it, put it together, and go pay the bill. Or you can chunk up, you can pay on your bill. But if you ignore it, and you don't have the money to pay your bill, the light is going to turn off, and the water is going to turn off. If you don't do it, if you're someone that has to drive, you won't have no gas in your car. You're going to run out and have to call somebody to come tow you. So this breakdown is to help you, to give you an idea on how to divide your bills and to do the breakdown on how to divide the money so that at the end of the month, you don't have that headache. It works. If you stick to that, let's say for instance, you know, if you have a budget, you know what you can do? You can go to a cheaper place for food. Because now, you know you don't have enough money to spend $13 on a plate of food. So you know what you can do? You can start going and cooking and taking that and putting your food, cooking and taking your food to work and warming it up or whatever you need to do. That's going to make you budget and watch how you spend your money. Because when you're not paying attention, it'll be like, okay, I'm just going to eat. So the day you say, okay, what they got? That's $16. Let me tell you why it's so important to do this. Because when hard times come, you see what we went through with the pandemic? And a lot of people still didn't wake up. A lot of people still did not wake up. I remember telling my daughters then, but then they robbed me. They argued with me. They was upset. And you know what? I said, God, tell me to teach people how to run their money, because when hard times come, a lot of people are not going to survive. And within 2 weeks, the pandemic came. One of the girls that work in the shop, you know, she said to me, Miss Sass, must you know what she's talking about? She didn't have no money saved. Go ahead.
I see you have in here, $300 rent. So if you pay, what we're doing is I get paid monthly.
If you get paid monthly, you will have to pay your bill. You're going to have to divide it even the same, not in breaking down, right? But when you get paid by the month, because you get paid at the end of the month, still take the envelope and whatever bills you have to pay, you take it and put it in that envelope to pay it. So you still have the budget before you get your money to know what your expenses are going to be. You still need to sit down, because on an average, you don't know what your light bill is going to be every month, but you have an estimate. So because you've been in that place for a long time, maybe you've been in that a year, a couple of months, you have an idea of what it's going to cost you. So that means that's an estimated budget. And then you will write on the side of it what the actual is. But you're estimating, because then if you go, you need to go above. Because if you go over the extra money you have, you can put that somewhere else. But it's always better to go above. So at the end of the month, you have everything right down before you do it before you get your money. Don't wait until the money reach. You budget before it reach. You have a layout, and you will have to write it down, and then, or you can do it in your computer if you have a laptop. You write down what your estimated amount is, and then when you get it, then you will put your budget, the actual amount on it. But you break down every single thing that you have to cover. So you have to sit down and write down all of your bills and see how you could distribute your money. In some cases, you have more bills than money you make. That means now you have to come up with an idea Because you should have more than one stream of income. Even if it's not something that you're selling, no jewelry, no makeup, no something, find a way to make little income. If you have little gifts and talents with baking, find a way to have another stream of income. In this season, you need it. Do not rely just on your job. Find a way, buy stuff that you know people are wanting. The people who want to spend their money and ain't checking, you could collect some of that in. Yeah, you have some people like that, they don't check. I don't care how you come in, you tell them how to save their money, they still don't miss it. Your mindset have to change. You have to know what you want for you. You have to know what you want to achieve. There's some people who live and don't care, and they have no goals, they set no goals, they have no ambition. They're just stuck on just doing whatever. But if you want to make it in life and to achieve stuff, you need to set a goal and you need to set a budget. And trust me, when you do that, things will turn around for you. And you have to be focused.